Yellow. So don't be afraid to invest in a cryptocurrency. I want you to understand something, that there is a dissonance at play and you kind of want to remove yourself from the idea of yourself. So we're going to give myself a pseudonym. My name is John Doe. This is what John Doe would do, but this is what I would do. So I know exactly who John Doe is because I live as John Doe every day. I know what John Doe wants to do. I'm going to remove myself from John Doe and I'm going to put myself in a plane of thought that I don't actually reside in. So the idea is not residing in the plane of thought that you always do, but to remove yourself and think of yourself as a 3D person. You want to think in things that you've never thought before, and you want to think some crazy shit in a sense. You want to put yourself in a place where you don't even know what is going to happen, but you just kind of try to be like a inspiration to John Doe. You want to show John Doe something. You want to say, hey, John Doe, I have an idea. John Doe goes, yeah, that's not how this works, buddy. Well, you tell John Doe, just listen, and you think, and be creative in the way that you approach finances. You want to look at yourself as a person that is going to change your family's trajectory. You're going to change the way that money moves through the hands of every single one of your family members. You're going to have it to the point where no one of your family members ever has to struggle. You're going to have it to the point where every single one of your family members can wake up, choose if they want to work, and if they don't want to work, they're covered for the rest of their lives because you made smart financial decisions. We're not trying to create wealth just for ourselves. We're not trying to go to Miami. We're not trying to go to New York. We're not trying to go to California by ourselves and just waste a bunch of money so that we can feel a dopamine hit every time we go to the new Nobu or the newest expensive restaurant. We're trying to create wealth for our families so that our families' kids never have to touch an ounce of labor. And if they choose to labor, that is up to them. And I'm talking about laboring for a man or laboring for a company. I'm not talking about not working. That is the problem. I want these people to work. And that's the thing, is you set it up through trust that they have to meet certain requirements in order to access this money. But in order to really set that all up, the money has to be there. So for us, we need to be the people that set up the financial literacy for our whole family. We need to be the people that show our family plays in which they can invest so they can make money. We need to show our family that it is possible to grow wealth exponentially past the limits of our life. So when you're thinking like John Doe here, John Doe knows that the world is what it is. But me, you gotta think in a sense, we're not being egotistical or egocentric here. You want to put yourself in a plane where you've never thought before. Well, what if I did this? What would my life look like? What if I think like this? You got to find yourself into an idea or a mindset that has never been tapped in before. Because when you tap into a place that has never been tapped in before, you're going to do things that you've never done before. And so everything that you are is an accumulation of what you've done right here, John Doe, in this exact moment. But you got to tap into a place where it has never been touched before. Because in order to do something you've never done, you got to do things you've never done before. You have to try new shit. You have to be more creative. You have to be more innovative. You have to think outside of the box. You have to take risks. Because risks create money. Because risks are basically you telling yourself, I don't think I'm ever going to get this opportunity ever again, so I'm going to go all in. And that's how I feel about cryptocurrencies, for example. I think that cryptocurrencies are one of the awesomest things to ever have graced my YouTube screen or have ever graced my mind. Cryptocurrencies are essentially technologies and they're valued. We're essentially being able to invest into the financial reset of the world. You can go do your own research, brother. There's so many great YouTubers. There's All In Crypto. There's Jake Clapper. There's just the Paul Barron podcast. I always tell people, you always have opportunity for time. Even the busiest people have time to do some crazy shit. It's like basically finding out your CEO is a PDF file. It's like, whoa, you have a lot of free time, but you're a billionaire. All these busy people have time. You got to realize that busy is just that your time is allocated to something and you can't really get out of it. But if you can find the time, you will find the time. It's important for you to understand that the idea of cryptocurrency is something that is beyond your scope because you're thinking like John Doe here, but you got to think like the guy in 3D plane that has never thought like that or done like that before. We are investing in a utility assets, so we're investing into things like XRP, we're investing into things like HBAR, XLO, I don't even know why I just call it XLM, my bad, Ondo, let me think, XDC, Quant, ZBCN. We're investing into things like that. These are really important things for the future of the world. I don't think you understand. I think that people see how much they're priced at right now and just scoff at them and just be like, I don't care. It's so weird that nobody cares about stocks until they're at their highest. And then when they're at their highest, people are scared to buy. And then guess what? Through innovation and technology advancement, the high was the low. In the future, that high that was today is going to be the low in 10 years. So it's like, I don't think people really look at it like that. And I know a lot of people have a lot of bills and they have a lot of finances that they need to fix. But I think that if you can really take your life and just bring it down to like almost like a mustard seed, almost like you're poor. Even if you are poor right now, you gotta find a way to invest something, bro. Even getting a little bit, like 100 XRP, 100 XLM, 100 HBAR, 100 XDC, 100 of this, 100 of that. You have to try. You have to fight for your life. This is your life at stake. You're gonna wake up one day and the people that invested in all this stuff are gonna be on a yacht spreading gold butter on their fucking golden bread. They're gonna be filthy rich. They're gonna have money that is beyond their capacity of thought. And it is not about being a crazy price prediction person where like, oh, this coin's going to 1,000 or da, 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 da. You just have to look at the adoption. Did you think that video games were going to be as big as they were from the fucking little arcades that we have? Now people can't get off of video games. Did you think Netflix was going to be that big? A subscription service where they sent you movies? And now it's fucking everywhere. My bad. Redbox. Redbox, for example. I remember Redbox used to be the biggest thing. Netflix killed that shit. Netflix destroyed that fucking shit. That ancient technology where you got a disc and you fucking put it back in the box. Nah, that is done. So if you look at the evolution of technology and you look at the evolution of companies, it is bound to happen that this stuff is gonna fucking blow out of proportion. I wish I would have been alive to even invest in Bitcoin. I was too busy fucking playing Halo Reach and shooting people and playing fucking SWAT and snipe, whatever, the SWAT and snipers game mode. I was too busy playing DMR battles. I was too busy playing Modern Warfare 3 trying to get Prestige 15. There were so many little aspects of life that I could have been investing in this, but guess what? I was like 10 years old. And so if you're in a position right now where like in the beginning where Bitcoin was like $2 and we could have invested and made a lot of money. That is exactly what we're in right now. Where maybe Bitcoin is too much out of reach for a lot of us, but we're in that exact predicament right now because it's like we have the opportunity to make fucking money right now. Invest in these utility assets, the ISO 2022 compliant places, the ISO 2022 compliant tokens, coins, whatever you want to call it. Invest in them. Don't be stupid. I'm giving you the advice. And stop looking at the market. Stop looking at it go up and down. Put your position in and don't look at it for a couple of months. Or only look at it when it's booming so you can feel a nice dopamine hit. But don't look at it when it's past that boom because you're going to see a dip and you're going to cry. But this is the opportunity we have. This is the opportunity we have. Believe. Believe in yourself. Believe in these assets. These assets are here to stay, brother. These assets are here to stay. Look at the .com bubble. Pet.com was one of the biggest websites at one point. Motherfucker, where's Pet.com now? Nowhere. So there's going to be winners, there's going to be losers in your cryptocurrency, but you pick the ones that have the most established adoptions. That's how you win. You got this. This is an opportunity for you to make money, brother.